Welcome back to the second of the InDesign instructional videos. Now we're going to pick up from where we left off, where we started the basic arrangements of the template in InDesign. Now remember that we are in the master sheet, and what we want to do is let's go back to the first page and we can see each sheet with the standard master template in behind it. Now I'm going to save this file now, so file save, or Control S for the shortcut. Now the important thing in working with InDesign is that you really need to have your file structure on your computer set up well, because if you move your files around all the time or you rename them, the whole linking of files becomes a real problem. So I'm going to find under here InDesign this demonstration source material. I'm going to save this as presentation 1. Save. Okay, so we're back to the overall. Now what I'm going to do is to start laying down some text and demonstrate how some of the text flow works. Now, because we've divided the page in half, and in the instructional we were saying that's kind of handy because a client may be able to divide the sheet in half. If we place the text hard up against that guideline, it is going to create a problem if our client does decide to print this out at A4. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back into the master and just fine tune this. I'm going to zoom in a bit and pull in another set of guidelines. So that's 210. I'm going to pull this 10 millimeters to the left, 200, and pull another one to the right, 220, so that we've got the divider through here plus a little margin in the middle. To further give us a bit more control over, particularly when the diagrams come in, we are going to put another divider line through there. So we've got 210 to the middle, less 10 here and less 10 here. So that's 210 minus 20, so that's 190 millimeters in through there. Divide that by 2, that's 95 through there. So 95 plus 10 is 105. So if we pull a guide through there, 105 millimeters, that will be then halfway between here and there, and here and there. And again, so this will be 10, 210, 220. So 220 plus 95 equals 315. So I'm going to pull that across here, 315, and then, oops, it hasn't quite worked out, so I'll just key in the value 315, enter, and so at least we then have another option to snap some things into the half sheet as well. So I'm going to go back to my sheet number 1, and you can see that's applied to both of them there. Now in my template, we were going to put some diagrams in through there. So there's the 3 spaces, maybe one large overall drawing or money shot through here, and maybe a plan there, some elevations in here, bit of text in there, and maybe an elevation or a different sort of drawing through there. Now I'm going to set up the text boxes before I actually put any text in, so that we can I guess paste text in from Word or from another source. Now I'm going to hit the text menu from the left hand side buttons, and it'll give me a cursor, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, holding my left button down, I'm going to pull open a text box. Now when I click onto the arrow, the sort of select tool, you can see here's that text box I've sort of crudely put together, and it's given me some grab handles that I can then manipulate the edge there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap these to the edges so that you can't see it there, but when I select it, I can remember it's there. We can see that whole area is now reserved for text. Now I'm going to put a second text box in through this region here. Now I'm going to do that by doing the same operation, just hitting the text key, pulling open a marquee, then going to my select point tool, and then I'm going to drag that one to the next through there. Now in order, like a newspaper, for text to flow from this page onto that page in that area, what I can do, see this little box down here, I'm going to click on that, and you see there's a little sort of text icon that appears next to the cursor. I'm going to go down and then click onto the second text box. So what that means is that you can see here now there's an arrow pointing, saying that the text will flow out of this box and flow into this box here. So now really what we have to do is to start populating our template. We've got the area set aside for text, and we've roughly set out the regions where the drawings and the big images will go. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to save here first, and then when we come back to the next presentation, I'll dump in an image into here so that you can see how we use the place tool.